time for Rule the Waves 3. Run 2 of the China game. Of the Chinese Empire. I've done some test games. I've fiddled around with the game a little bit. I've read some manuals on the subject. I attempted to poke this game as Austro-Hungary, and I realized each nation starts with its own particular challenges. For example, if you play as Austro-Hungary, you have to deal with an Italian neighbor that has, like, massively good guns that could just kind of blow you out of the water if they hit. The other thing is, very large is apparently, like, realistic size of navy. Of navy sizing. So, we're going to be going off of that. Sorry, I noticed another thing I went wrong. Things that just go wrong. So it's not my end that's going wrong on. Alright, I shrug. I guess I'm having a 6,000 bit rate. Let's go. Anyway. I also have fixed it where you should be able to read the text, which will be good. Also, the other thing is I realized way too late that setting up spy networks is a horrible idea. It is when you are China and you do not have money to really do anything. Setting up a spy network is the worst things you could do. Other thing. I'm gonna try a radical strategy of doing something weird. Once this game decides to load. So you see all these other ships? This view is designed. Oh yeah, cool. All these other ships. Goodbye. Into the scrap heap. This ship right here. Why? Why? We don't have a navy no more. And I'll put these two on reserve. Actually, wait. What is this design? 412. Oh, they're all the same design. So this is going to get mothballed, and these two are going to get sent to reserve. So we have cut down the amount of money that we're spending on naval. It's just if we get into a war, we're completely screwed. We'll maximize the budget. Need to invent better guns. I do not care about shells right now. I can steal them in the future if I need to. We need to try to invent destroyers. Better ship design. Keep that on medium. Keep that on medium. That on high. So we have 4 item objects on high. We're going to just ignore all of this other stuff and set that to low. We will go to Doctrine. So night fighting gunnery have been my main things I do. The other thing is I've kind of realized if I'm going to go with torpedoes, I probably want to do torpedo warfare instead. And night fighting will just be a wash. I don't have any doctrines, like that's not like my national thing. And immediately I need to check on one thing. We can't design on the Lope Yard. The Italians actually have a lower... What's the smallest battleship I can design? 5,000? It's 5,000. Let's say we get the design is specifically designed for American ports. 27 months. So actually, Britain is the only one that builds ships fast. The other thing is, I am going to be addicted to the design doctrine of casemates. Another thing is normal belt, spacious armor. I've also read up what these things do. And flat deck with on a top belt, on top of belt, is actually kind of good. And I always want to use that. And I always want to try to keep the other armor matching the belt. And another design philosophy I will accept too is I'm going to double the conning tower of the belt. Now, belts don't necessarily block rounds completely unless it's just cannot pin. So rounds can theoretically go through no matter what your belt is in terms of damage. And the other thing is when you have a casemate like this, the casemate actually adds up more armor on the belt. So if I have 8 inches of casemate and 9 inches of belt, technically this point is 17 inches of armor. And the same thing happens with secondaries, as they add armor to wherever they're located. And the other thing is I want to do reliable engines. I'm going to make it a short range ship. With 4-inch secondaries. And apparently 2-inch tertiary guns are useless, as they do not ever engage because of the current aiming restrictions of the time. This right here is the D Hoya. It will be our primary battleship. With 9-inch total cover, because the upper belt, extend and upper belt does protect superstructure. Now, the other thing is I did find in my test on my own is if you don't have the funds, you can't save the design. It's time to design a cruiser. Change too many, get too many, 16. We're doing this, we should have a decent cruiser. Assuming I can't do flat top. We will reduce down the armor deck to 1. I'm gonna kind of design this like a light cruiser. I'm going to give it emphasis and speed. Ford and aft casemate. Okay, I'll give this one more speed priority. Technically, this is already going to be 2 inches with the deck and the turret top because it is a casemate. Because that's how it works, is it uses the whole of the body's armor, and then it uses the turret's armor after that. This is our wonderful armored cruiser. It is built more of a protection ship. It's not really built as a combat vessel. It's going to be only good for really raiding and convoy protection than actual directed combat. We are 100% designing our battleship that's coming up as a mainstay fighting ship. As apparently I designed a light cruiser, whatever. It's not like I could really ever say that that ship was a armored cruiser. It really wasn't that hardly armored. Also, fortifications I would try to build. The problem is that I don't really have the gun caliber to justify their existence. So we'll build up some money. Alright. I only wanted to try to possibly gain more money. I'm not going to generally try to take anything that increases tension. I'm going to accelerate this construction. And then halt a lot of the light cruisers. All of the light cruisers. Anything? Attention between Spain and Japan. Yeah, that's going to be really good for us if they get into a fight. I'm 100% going to suck up to the Japanese. As long as I don't go below 16 prestige, it's fine. Because as it warns you, under 16 is when you can start getting fired. Good idea. I figured it out. I will 100% take that. But we're going to have to halt. Did I say I wanted 3? I'm gonna halt. 1. I must have. Man, my brain is a bit smooth right now. I'm gonna have to halt. Normal construction pace? No, just have to halt both. Actually, no, you halt, you resume. Because we went negative. Spain's wanting to fight everybody, including me. We are not ready! We are not ready! Oh, full mobilization of the Navy! You are on workup? The mothballed ship has to go to trade protection immediately. Send help! Well, as long as it's the Spanish, because the Spanish aren't that bad to start a war with, because they're kind of like weak nation status as well. They actually have a similar needle bud to mine, meaning they are literally on our equal to fight. We will form a division with these two. Make a new division, a battle division. For whatever reason, we have to make a battle division. With the sign... these two to a battle division. And that division will then get a commander who will put the oldest in terms of serving into the commission. Alright, we're gonna move these into Southeast Asia. As we have at minimum of 12 months before we get our next battleship. Expect enemy forces a single armored cruiser. Because they blockaded us for 1 month. Good job, intelligence. You were completely fucking wrong. There's 2 light cruisers. If I could secure the Philippines as a Chinese territory, that'd be really nice for me. That'd be more money for the economy. Okay, cool. There's just a bunch of light cruisers that are just gonna run away. Just gonna cruise away. This is a dead scenario because Nui doesn't want to engage in their fashion, so they just run away. If they wanted to engage, they'd keep trying to trail me. Because that's one thing I've noticed about the AI. They will pick between, I wish to obliterate you, and I wish to run the fuck away. That's the only 2 moods the AI has. Oh, this was a merchant mission? Whatever. Yes, fire him. Next build. These ships have not even been worked on. They're literally in the conception phase. So I'm just going to throw them into the gutter. We need a new admiral for this area. Well, for the other area. Again, they do not wish to engage, so this battleship is too slow. They have at least 20 knots. I'm gonna go to cruise and turn away, because they don't seem to wish to engage. I would put both these battleships on raider status. The problem is I do not have the ability to just allow them to just raid. Once I get my actual battleships from production from the British, I would then be able to do that. Oh wait, I have the peacetime music on. Whoops. Come on, wartime music. Because none of my naval batteries have spotted anything. That wasn't by default because they didn't engage anything. A lot of almost getting freaking tired. We do have some spare money. We can resume construction for now. Mm. So that's why you want reliability, because the engines could become temperamental. It's just a chance, but then the engine just doesn't want to work. We just got a motor patrol mode. Yeah, as long as I have these ships in my way, they're not going to be able to do anything. Now, I did notice that you can see the accuracy rating, so they have a 0.34 chance to hit with their primary gun. What is the speed of the enemy ship? 14 knots? Alright, we're gonna go down to 14 knots to match it, because we don't need to try to outrun it. And we got hit with a heavy shell. Of course we did. Of course we fucking did. Knocked out one of the turrets. Wonderful. Yeah, we're getting a 12-inch hit in and a 6-inch hit in. I do love how we have essentially the same design concept. I have to be very close, pay attention to the first ship, because I have to break it off to send it for repairs. I did forget to mass add torpedo tubes to the battleship or whatever. Without fighting, you can definitely see they'll open fire sooner. You didn't get a bad torpedo spot where it's just constantly worsening the damage. Yeah, you're definitely going back to port. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh yeah, because we rammed you, we're just getting an automatic free torpedo shot. Whatever. How the fuck? I hate that the simulation slows down. Definitely taking to prestige dip because we lost one of our fucking 3 battleships. How many fucking rounds did you guys have? You've been fired for like 8 hours straight. Cool, I don't care about your land reports. We should keep fighting. Just give me another year to get ships from Britain. Because even though we essentially don't have a navy, they happen to be able to blockade us, so... I think we had a forces did not connect moment. That gives us an easy victory that we kind of need. Give me time. But we almost have one of the three battleships up from order from Britain. I cannot decline. I don't know why the fuck you're my Guam, but sure. Go home. That's not home, but sure. How much would it be to cost? Yeah, that's money well spent. The head of intelligence says, hey, could you increase our budget against Spain? I'm like, sure, fine, fuck it, let's do it live. I had to fire so many fucking admirals due to unconvincing performances in their operations. Decline. Battle engagement. Expected enemy forces. I can't decline it because that's an easy just draw. There's way more forces than I am expecting to fight. I'm just going to immediately retreat. And due to how slow their battleship is, they're not going to be able to chase me down. Ooh, I don't care if you identify as the light cruiser. I'm still running away. I swear, the training for torpedoes will totally come in handy soon, TM. But it's just an engagement, I could just run away. So I don't lose prestige or lose victory points. I think it's having engine trouble. I shouldn't be able to catch up with it. I can pin it in. That's the problem with the early game is guns do not reach. Yeah, no, that's just not gonna happen. Another marginal victory for me. Let's go. We're 4 months out before we get a 6,000 yard size dockyard. That's when I could theoretically start producing my own battleships. They will be very small, probably not that fast. Might lose some armor due to their new design restriction. But they'll be home produced is the main thing, which they'll be cheaper that way. Alright, we're going to go to the OBS and make a little cut here.
The night is young, but it feels so old. A story written, yet never told. The mask is heavy, the air is